Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So as you can tell from the title, today I am going to be answering your guys' questions all about my brand new business that I'm starting up. I definitely want to film a bunch of videos relating to my new business, SVGAR. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, then head over to my previous video. I basically filmed a video all about some life updates and shared a very exciting announcement with you guys that I'm starting up a business. I will leave the link to that video down below in the description if you want to go and watch that first. It might make this video make a little bit more sense. But anyway, for those of you who do know about my new business, SVGAR, I want to thank you so much for clicking on this video. You obviously want to learn more about the business and find out a little bit more about the brand and why I've come up with the idea and any of the logistics and stuff behind the business. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Go and make yourself a cup of tea because this might be a long one. I've got a green tea. I feel like this could end up being quite a long video. I usually end up rambling on quite a little bit, and I surprisingly got so many questions sent in, so thank you so much if you did ask a question. Before we get into the video, I just wanted to quickly say that if you are not already subscribed to this channel, please make sure you subscribe. It will help me out a huge amount, and I know that a lot of you guys watching aren't subscribed, so please hit the subscribe button down below, and also like this video if you did enjoy it. Leave me a comment. I love chatting with you guys. And yes, let's get straight in with the video. So I've had quite a few people ask how I came up with the idea, which I guess is like a pretty good way to start this video off, and I honestly feel like there isn't a straight answer. When I was in isolation, I kind of had a lot of thoughts about what I wanted to do with my life and my career and that sort of thing, and I think during that period of time where I had a lot of thinking time, I decided then that starting up a business would be something that I would really want to try at some point in my life. I've created content for this YouTube channel for years, and I've always enjoyed being in charge of the content that I create and just having a lot of creative freedom with the videos that I film. So I think the next step for that for me was to try and start up a business. Took a little bit of thinking, it didn't just spring to mind. I did actually mention this in my previous video, my announcement video, that I've always actually wanted to create my own beauty brand. That would have been like #1 thing for me. But getting into that space is very difficult, and I just didn't feel like I had the knowledge or enough experience to really know how to pull off a beauty brand, and I just wanted to do something and do it really well. So I think for me that was a little bit too far-fetched for this moment in time. I'm not saying it won't ever happen in the future, because I would absolutely love it to, and I think maybe SVGAR for me is like a little stepping stone. It's some experience in the industry. It's like gonna give me a lot of knowledge on how to run a business and just teach me a lot of things. So yeah, I didn't always have the idea, but then when I sat down and thought about what I could actually turn into a business model and what I would really enjoy doing, cooking and baking was like at the front of my mind, because it's something that I love doing anyway, and I thought, what would I love creating a business around? And I just thought of SVGAR. So yeah, not a simple answer. It was a few different things that kind of inspired me. Here we are, making a cake business. So there's quite a few questions around money and whether I took out a business loan, and what was the other one I saw? Someone said, sorry if this is too personal, but how much did you spend to start up the business? So there are a couple of questions surrounding money and how much it cost me and that sort of thing. I really want to be as transparent as I possibly can throughout this whole journey, because I feel like a lot of the time when people start up a business or they do a new secret project or something like that, they're not always transparent about a lot of things, and I want to try and be a little bit different. So I'm going to be completely honest about money and all that kind of thing. No, I didn't get out a business loan. I set aside £500, and I said to myself, if I set aside this £500, I will allow myself to buy all the things I need to start up the business, because surprisingly there were a lot more things than I thought. I've actually pretty much spent the £500, like I don't really have any of it left. And so yeah, I set aside £500, said to myself I would put aside that money, I would allow myself to spend up to £500, and I would see where I could get with it, and if it was going to require more money than that, then I would have another think and I might not have done it. But I thought I can do that, I can do 500, because I, over the years, have saved up a lot of my YouTube money, and I've saved up money that I've earned through working with brands on Instagram, YouTube, that kind of thing. I earned a lot of money through my YouTube when I was at uni, and I actually put it all into a separate account. So I keep that aside for special occasions, and this was a special occasion. So I just thought, you know what, I want to use a bit of this money. I'm gonna take 500, I'm gonna see if I can start up something with it. If not, never mind, but if I can, amazing. So that was like my thinking process behind how much money I've spent so far on the business. Somebody asked, what do you need in place to start up a business? Again, there were quite a few questions like this. What did you have to do to start it up? So I guess this is quite an in-depth question, and I could probably make a whole video about this, but I'll try and keep it short. So my initial tasks to create this brand were to come up with the branding. I kind of had an idea in my head of how I wanted it to look. So I played around with logo designs and brand colors and fonts and that kind of thing. And then I kind of whittled it down to a few, and then showed a few of my friends and family some options, and then I decided on my logo that I'm using now. I actually have a couple of variations of logos because I liked a couple, so I thought I'd just use a few different ones and use them for different things across social and packaging and that sort of thing. So that was my first step, really, was to get the branding right. I then started testing out recipes and coming up with recipes, because that was actually quite a long process in itself. Obviously all of the products are vegan, so I had to come up with a vegan sponge recipe that I was really happy with and that I'd be happy to sell. So I did that. Then I decided on flavours. I did like a lot of market research and stuff as well during the process. And then I kind of, what did I do next? I think then it was a case of figuring out how I was physically going to sell the products. So whether I did it on Etsy, or if I had my own website, or if I just sold them through Instagram. Like, there was a lot of different things I had to think about and consider. And then there was a lot of things like pricing and working out shipping, and I had to kind of order a lot of stock. So I had to order the actual jars. So I had to find a manufacturer of the jars, like a wholesaler. I had to pick a jar that I was really happy with. I actually ordered a lot of samples, and it took me a very long time to choose the one that I actually wanted, because I had in my mind how I wanted it to look. I wanted a gold lid, I wanted it to be glass, I wanted a certain shape, and I didn't want to compromise for anything else. So that was quite a long process. I then ordered my stickers, I ordered business cards and I designed those. I then thought about the packaging, so I had to order boxes and test out which sizes I would need. And yeah, it's just all been trial and error, really, and I guess I could do a whole video about the process. So if you've got any questions in particular, please do leave them down below, or if I get a lot more questions, I can always film another Q&A about sugar. But yeah, I hope that answers your question a little bit. A lot of it at the start is just market research and really figuring out how it's going to work as a business model and what you've got to offer that other people don't. A lot of people have asked how many different flavours there are going to be. So initially starting out, there's going to be 3 flavours. If you can guess them, leave me a comment down below in the comment section. I think a lot of people have guessed them. I have dropped quite a few hints, and I've shared photos of all 3 jars, so I think it's quite obvious what they are, like what flavors they are. So yeah, initially I'm going to be offering 3 flavors, and then hopefully in the future I can add in some like limited edition flavors and stuff like that, but I just wanted to keep it quite simple to start with. A lot of people asked, will you be delivering to all over the UK, or will you be delivering internationally, or is it just a local collection thing? A lot of questions about delivery. So as it stands currently, we will only be shipping to the UK. It's not a collection thing. It's not like you don't have to live near me. It's not a local thing. I have got my own official website for sugar, and you will be able to purchase through it like you purchase through any other website online, and you can get the cake jars delivered to you anywhere in the UK. Okay, what next? A couple of people asked if I have a food hygiene qualification, or if I needed any like hygiene safety requirements, that kind of thing. So I had to let my local council know that I was starting up a business, and I received a letter in the post the other day to say that I'm on a waiting list, and then they are going to come and do a random inspection, because obviously I'm baking all of the cakes in my kitchen, like my whole business is within my flat, so they have to come and inspect it, and they'll give me a food hygiene rating. So I've had to make sure that I'm like prepared for that at all times because they could literally turn up whenever for an inspection. I have actually done a level 2 food safety course, so yes, I have done all of the required qualifications, that sort of thing. Surprisingly, there aren't actually any qualifications that you require, you just require an inspection of your kitchen. But I wanted to make sure that I was like very clued up on everything, so I've gone out of my way and taken a food hygiene course. I'm probably going to keep doing that as well throughout the future, just to keep up to date with like any changes in the food hygiene industry and stuff like that. So yes, I am definitely going to keep up to date with all of that so that you guys who are purchasing can trust me and know that I am doing my best to keep you all safe. There were a couple of questions around whether I'm planning on just doing cake jars or whether I am planning to do anything else in the future. So I think initially when I was branding Sugar, I wanted it to be quite vague. I didn't want it to be just for cake, because who knows in the future whether I will branch out to other areas of the confectionery industry. I don't have any plans currently, just because this has already been a lot, and it's taken a lot of time, and it's, you know, I've had to learn a lot of things to get to this point. So currently, no, I don't have any plans for other products, but I can definitely see it happening in the future for sure. I think Sugar as a brand definitely has the potential to go further than just cake. So yeah, watch this space, I say. Somebody asked if it's been difficult. I don't think so. I think whenever you're starting out a business or a brand, or you're gonna try something new, you're always gonna come across hurdles, and I've definitely come across a few hurdles where I've been like, oh god, I don't know if I can get past this, and that's the point where I could have been like, this is too difficult, I'm gonna give up and not do it. But I think it's really important to just push past those hurdles, and it wouldn't be fun if it was easy, would it? Let's face it. So I think it's all a learning curve. Like, I've learned so much trying to set up this business, and yeah, I've learned so much about myself and about my organization skills and the industry, and yeah, there's obviously so much more to come because I'm not even launched yet. Like, I haven't even had an order that I've had to send out, although I have sent out some influencer parcels, and that was very fun. But yeah, like, obviously there's been challenging parts of it, but in general I've just found it so fun, and I cannot wait to launch and for my daily routine to just be like baking cakes, sending them out, working on the social media for them, filming YouTube videos. Like, honestly, I'm so excited. Have you hired anyone to help you, or are you running it on your own? So no, I am running the business on my own. It's just me. I have had help. My family and friends have been great, and my boyfriend Harry has been very helpful, especially with like some of the more technical things and the businessy side of things, because I can come up with the ideas, I can do the social, I can do the baking, I can make things look nice, but there's a lot of technicalities behind it, especially when you are running a website and you want things to work smoothly. He has very kindly helped me out with a lot of that, and I couldn't have done it without him. So big shout out to him. And also my family, like my mum and dad, have been a massive help just with like putting things into perspective and getting other people's viewpoints. Like, it's very easy to come up with an idea and kind of run with it. Yes, I have had people helping me along the way, but it is just me, and I am not planning on hiring anyone anytime soon. Obviously in the future, if Sugar really takes off and you guys love it and it does really well, then that is something I may have to consider, because obviously it's just me in my kitchen and there's only so many orders I can fulfill a day. So if I'm getting a lot of orders, then we may have to hire someone else. Someone asked if I make the cakes myself. Yes, I do. I make everything from scratch. I have perfected my recipes and I'm so happy with them. So yeah, I make everything myself, come up with all the flavor ideas myself. And to be honest, like, I haven't even followed a recipe. Like, I've literally made up the entire recipe for the cake and for the toppings and the icing and the quantities and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty proud, to be honest. And I'm also really excited to come up with some new flavors. I've already got some ideas in mind that I want to launch, so I might have to start working on those and perfecting those recipes like as soon as we go live, so that I've got a new launch in like a month or two. I'm gonna answer my last question, and that is, what has been your favorite part of the process so far. To be honest, I really loved the initial part, which was the branding and coming up with like the color palette and the fonts and everything. I really enjoyed that. But I think for me it has to be, I baked a load of cakes, I put them into their jars, and then I sent influencer parcels out to a couple of influencers. For me, that was such a full circle moment. Like, obviously over the last few years working on YouTube and Instagram and stuff, I have worked with a lot of brands and I've been sent a lot of PR parcels, which is such a lovely, like a lovely thing to be a part of. Like, it's so fun, it's obviously exciting, like everyone wants a freebie, do you know what I mean? And to be on the other end of that, to actually be sending out my product to influencers to try and share with their followers, is just such a surreal feeling, and I loved doing it, and it made me so excited to work with influencers in the future. I think that might be part of my brand strategy, if at all possible. But yeah, I just loved like the packaging them and writing a little handwritten note in with the parcel, making it look nice. Like, that has definitely been my favourite part so far. So I don't think I missed any questions, but if you have got any burning questions or anything you really want to know, please do just leave a comment down below or send me a message on Instagram. If you guys haven't followed Sugar already on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and all that good stuff, I'll leave links in the description so you can go ahead and follow. I think following Sugar on socials will definitely be the best way to keep up to date with news and new launches and things like that. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I am so excited for you all to be a part of this journey, and I will see you guys next time with a brand new video. Goodbye.